What's up, guys? We got a request to draw Master Roshi's muscle form. So without further ado, let's get started. Since he's looking off to the side, we're going to start with a circle and draw a line showing which direction he's facing. Next, we're going to draw guidelines for the nose and for the eyes. We'll draw the nose and we'll start drawing the side of the face, his cheekbone, and on the opposite side of the circle, we'll start drawing his jawline. Start drawing the outline for the mustache, with the right side of the mustache protruding past the side of his face. We're not going to draw his lips. We're just going to draw the mouth directly under the mustache. Drawing the glasses should make things easier for us since we don't have to worry about putting effort into his eyes. But just make sure that you use the guidelines that we drew earlier to make sure that the glasses are placed on his face properly. The back of his head is going to go over the circle that we drew originally, and it's eventually going to lead into his neckline. We'll create a crease between the eyes to indicate a stern expression, and draw the eyebrows above the sunglasses. This may be a good time to point out that I accidentally cut off the top of his head, so I thought I'd gotten better at positioning the camera, but I guess not. So the top of his head is going to be missing for the remainder of the video. I will, however, post the finished product to Pinterest so that you can view it there. And I'll have the link for that below. Now let's start drawing the finished mustache over the outline, drawing lines and adding detail where appropriate. For his teeth, we're not going to do anything fancy, just draw some straight lines, 3 on top and 1 on the bottom. Let's redraw the right side of the face, because from this angle his cheekbone should be visible. We'll add detail to his ear by drawing a backwards S with a few additional lines. I messed up the beard. Yeah, I messed up. I gotta erase it. I gotta draw it again. It's too small. This sucks because I already went over it with a hard pencil, so it's going to show no matter what, but what are you going to do? I'll just try to go over it a little bit when it's time to shade, so it doesn't show as much. His neck is going to bulge out and then extend past the bottom of his mouth. His muscles are going to be ridiculously big, even by Dragon Ball Z standards. So don't feel like you're exaggerating if you make his shoulders several times bigger than his head. He's basically turning into the Hulk here. I'm going to have a point of reference here. You don't have to draw it out, but I find that it helps me. Just so that it shows the direction that his body is going in. So here I made a big mistake. I made the right side of his chest bigger than it should have been, and basically pushed out the whole right side of his arm. I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but if I had made it about half an inch closer towards the center, everything would have probably lined up just the way it was supposed to on the still image that I'm trying to copy here. You know, I was actually looking at some of the other Master Roshi drawing tutorials on YouTube just to see what's out there. Not much, man. Not a whole lot of love for Master Roshi. Hopefully this video will gain a little more traction. I'm going to slow the video down here for the hands, just because they can be a bit more troublesome to draw than definitely the body, but in some ways even harder to draw than the face. So you'll notice I'm using a lot of straight lines. It can be very easy to make your fingers look like stumps, so try to create as many angles as you can to bring them to life a little bit more. The fingers are actually going to curve in a little bit towards the fingernail. You'll notice that there's a wide gap between the thumb and the index finger, and then another wide gap between the index finger and the middle finger, but the last three fingers are going to be pretty close together. Alright, and I've completely messed up. So I've made the hand too small. And we've got two options here. Option one is to completely erase the hand and start over from scratch, but that's going to be too much work and it's going to leave too many lines. So I'm going to go with option two, which is going to be to make a correction on the size of his forearms. Alright, so now that the rough sketch is done, we can start adding some more details and also adding in these veins. These completely ridiculous veins, which there are quite a few of.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
This is the third video in my instructional series, and I'm still open to suggestions on what to draw next, so if you guys have anything that you'd like to see next, please leave a comment below, whether it's Dragon Ball Z or any other anime. And at this point, I'm hoping I don't get blocked on YouTube for posting pornography, because I'm not sure if I have enough space to draw his pants. We're getting into the final steps here because now it's time to shade. But since he's not wearing any clothes, we can just go over the whole thing with a light pencil.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
And the last thing we're going to do is go over everything one more time, this time with a darker pencil. Alright guys, that is it. We are done. Thank you to everyone who stuck it out to the end, and sorry again for cutting off the top of the head there. I'm gonna have to get much better at fitting my picture into the video shots. But thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.